Hi, good morning everyone. Let's get started with the next topic, which is sizing for SAP HANA. So in this topic we will see how do we size a system for SAP HANA. Okay, so there are two things that we will look into. One is for the BW on HANA, another is for the suite on HANA. So first document, this talks about the BW on HANA. Here you can see that once you have the output of the sizing script, that is, once you have calculated, okay, this is the size of your existing database, then what you can do is you can divide that by 7 to get the static RAM. Okay, so and you can multiply that by 2 to get the total RAM, because there is a static RAM and there is a dynamic RAM. Okay, so because whatever data is there, so that need to be compiled as well. So for compilation, that is, the dynamic RAM comes into picture, so you can have equal amount of memory for the dynamic RAM. Then once you have identified the RAM size, then what you can do is the persistence disk storage can be calculated from there. So persistent disk storage, as you know, that it is 4 times the RAM size, and this stores the total memory data on the disk, so that in case if any power failure happens, you have the data in the disk and the recovery happens from this particular data. Okay, then you have the log volume, which is like a redo log kind of thing. Any changes is happening, any redo log or undo log kind of stuff is stored in this. So that is one time the RAM size. Okay, so this value, so this is basically roughly the how the BW sizing works. Okay, so now let's get into the details of suite on HANA sizing. So for suite on HANA sizing, we will be looking at the details about how we can get an exact sizing, given that it's a migration kind of stuff. That is, you already have a suite on HANA environment and you are migrating it. So that is one scenario. Another scenario is that you are not having anything related with migration. Okay, so it's a greenfield implementation and you would like to know what is going to be the size for my HANA database if I'm migrating. So in that case, what happens is that you can go with the benchmark of twice the size of say for example, if your normal database in an uncompressed format is say 100 gig, then you can go for 50 gig as the size of HANA database. So that is a thumb rule kind of thing for a greenfield implementation. It is brand new implementation. There is no existing environment available for it. Okay, so that is for the greenfield implementation. Now let's come to the implementation for the migration kind of scenario, because this is going to be pretty common thing. You already have your data, you already have your business suite running on say Oracle or SQL or DB2, and you would like to migrate that. So how do you do that in that case? So there is a note which is published by SAP, and I'll just show you that note, so that will give you a clear picture of what it is and how it is done. Okay, here you can see that this is the suite on HANA memory sizing note, and these are the steps for doing the calculation, the detailed calculation. Okay, so here you can see that this is the step 1, that is, we need to create the database table so that the detailed sizing calculations can be written to that particular table. Okay, so we will see the structure of what need to be the structure for that particular table. So as step 1, we are creating this table, that is ztab underscore cs underscore size table. Okay, so how we can do that is, as you guys are the developers, so you should be able to do that. Basically you can, this is like you are going into ABAP and you are going into the transaction code called SE11 and just create a new table. Okay, so this is the description of the table. and you can use L for the delivery class. So you can see that these are the fields and the other details for this particular table. Okay, so then next thing is, okay, so then you can go into the next step, which is creation of other table, which is this table. Okay, so here you can see this is the structure for this particular table. Okay, now you can create a function module, collect stats. Okay, so in collect stats you need to create one function group. This function group you need to create, and okay, so you can go to SEAT and create a function group with a short text as this, and you can create a function stat with this name as well. Okay, so you can specify these things, and then you can just run this particular report. Okay, so once you run this particular report, save and continue, what you will get is you will get the sizing report. Okay, so how that report will look like is this will give you the list of the tables. Okay, so this list, based on this list you can calculate the size of the HANA database. Okay, then the number of dialog work processes, parallel dialog work process. Okay, then size of the largest tables list. So this is going to be a very important thing because most of the things is driven by this. Okay, so this parameter indicates the number of tables in the list of largest row store and largest column store table. Okay, so basically this is how it is calculated, and once you have this report it will you can clearly see, okay, what is my database size in HANA will look like. Okay, and there are some attachments which you can use as a base. Okay, so just use them, and you can see that the different programs that we have used above. So what is going to be the text for that? So just go through this, and this will give you the sizing information for SAP HANA, for Suite on HANA. It's quite extensive because the kind of compression achieved in different type of table is different. So SAP recommends that in case if you have your existing environment, run these reports and just make sure that for whatever reason, if it is as a thumb rule, still you can use it, say half of the uncompressed database size. Say if your existing system is say 100 GB, you can still go for 50 GB, but to get a more detail, to get an exact details as much as possible, use this program. Okay, so that's what is covered in this particular topic. So thank you for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.